Psychotic and iconic.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 139 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-hosts Nick Theories, Philly Phil, and special guest, our queen, Ryan Roc. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream tonight. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. If you need merchandise, tanks, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, anything you need, send us a message. What's up, brothers?
Welcome, Ryan Roc.
Queen Ryan Roc, apparently.
Yeah, you can't do that to our guest,
My
bro.
queen.
My queen.
Disrespecting me already.
Right? You can't disrespect a guest like that.
I have to. He's been to 5 straight AFC titles.
I got it.
Scream
that'll
that.
Make him king.
Yes, sir.
Queen.
Call him king.
Yeah.
Call him king.
He looks
That's
like
King
He looks like
AFC.
Travis tonight.
You know, that's
Yo,
what Nick said to me.
I said
Same
the
shit.
I'm like, yo, you got a Travis Kelsey haircut.
He really does.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. Real shit.
Yeah.
Handsome.
Do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
We're not that uneducated on this podcast.
I know. Yeah, I know.
For
I
all
shouldn't
the
have did
new,
that.
listeners listening out there, we're
I know. I
not
shouldn't
that
have said
crazy.
that. I don't see Greasy in here. His Wi-Fi must be down again, or he's ducking.
Yeah, he's ducking your ass. He's ducking you.
Oh, all right, like that.
Come on, man.
Greasy's ducking the smoke
My bad. Regular.
again.
Yeah, he didn't want to show up. It's all good though. All right, guys, let's start with our daily news. We got quite a few on this one.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so Frank Reich is headed to the Panthers. What you guys think about that?
I like it. I mean, I was thinking about this earlier. It's kind of the same situation that he kind of fell into with the Colts. Pretty solid defense, I would say, but trying to turn things around, which Frank Reich's an offensive-minded coach, and that's exactly what the Panthers needed. So I like it, and he's a great head coach.
Yeah, I didn't like the move. Look, Frank Reich's a good head coach, I think, and I think he's a good offensive guy, like you said. But I thought that Steve Wilks earned the chance because normally interim head coaches don't do that well. Like they don't fare too well. But Steve Wilks took a 1-4 team that was underperforming. They had PJ Walker and Sam Darnold. The guys in the exit meetings were vouching for him to stay. They overachieved and they had a chance to get into the playoffs. They were flirting with the playoffs. So I felt like he deserved to get that job. But I mean, look, it's the Panthers, so you could never expect that. But like my buddy said this today too, and I think it's true. Like I feel like the locker room's already going to be kind of divided because the guys wanted Steve Wilks to return, and now you hired Frank Reich. So I don't know. I'm out on it.
Don't love it. Don't hate it. But Frank Reich is 41-35 as a head coach in this league, and Steve Wilks. I know what you mean. They were playing really, really well under him, but when he coached the Arizona Cardinals, bro, they were 3-13.
They had Josh Rosen.
I get it, but you were 3-13. So, I mean, I think it was premature to hire that coach right there. I mean, there's other candidates out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my opinion, Shane Steichen with the Eagles.
Apparently they said that it didn't go as planned, which I'm happy about because I want him back.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think Sean Payton, there's a lot of smoke around him, but apparently I read a report on him that he might take another season off.
He should,
because I don't think he likes his options. So, but I don't know. I don't know if they really did their due diligence, the Carolina Panthers. I mean, they got two candidates that were mid. I mean, you want to change your whole entire franchise around. You start from scratch. You're going to go with Frank Reich. What has he proven, really? I mean, I know he won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, but he wasn't a head coach. So, I mean, we talk about on this podcast all the time. Some coaches are coordinators, and some coaches are fit to be head coaches.
Josh McDaniels, Dennis Allen. I mean, those are the people that I was mentioning. Now, Dennis Allen, for all intents and purposes, he did an all right job this year. I mean, I know their defense was pretty good, but he didn't really have anything to work with. He had Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton looked okay at times. I mean, Andy Dalton is what he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, they overperformed what I expected.
Yeah, look, Frank Reich, I like him, but I don't love this hire. I'm not like, oh my God, watch out for the Panthers. He's going to change the whole culture there. Like, I'm not one of those guys. I know he had a couple good years with the Colts, but look how that ended.
Wouldn't you say he kind of turned them around, though? I mean, he had Jacoby Brissett for his quarterback for a whole season. And he made the playoffs with him.
The Colts?
Yeah.
You can make an argument.
He had Carson Wentz. I mean, every year they were competitive.
Yeah, I mean,
Just a couple
Rivers, they made the
bad
playoffs.
win. Yeah.
Wentz, they fell apart in that last game, but almost made the playoffs. And then this year, I mean, not for nothing, but Matt Ryan was horrible.
Yeah.
Sam Ellinger was horrible. And then you brought it, you fired him and brought in Jeff Saturday. Horrible. So it's like, the Colts aren't really that good of an organization right now.
Right. But do you think this move was in place for a quarterback to want to be coached by Frank Reich too?
What do you mean?
Because I feel like he's quarterback friendly. I feel like he puts his quarterbacks in a pretty good position
he was
to
also
be successful.
He was the franchise's first quarterback.
Correct. So I think he puts his quarterbacks to be in a position to be successful. So maybe this move was an enticing move for an outside quarterback that would love to be coached by Frank Reich.
Mm-hmm.
Because not for nothing, the Panthers defense is really, really good.
I know.
They're a couple pieces away, I would think, from being like a legitimately contender in the NFC. And especially in the South. The South is brutal. So I feel like, maybe that is what their thinking was. So I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Is it a C for we'll see?
It's a C for we'll see. Absolutely.
All right.
That's my grade. What's your grade, Ryan?
C. I'm gonna go with C.
C.
I got it as a B.
Okay.
Because I think Frank Reich can coach.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think he can coach, and I think he'll be fine. I just, like I said, I felt that Steve Wilkes deserved a chance after doing a hell of a job as the interim head coach, and I feel like the guys played hard for him. And like I said, you go from 1-4 to 7-10, you could have won the division.
So let me ask you a question: If the Panthers beat the Bucks, does Steve Wilkes retain the job?
I don't think so.
He has to.
Right?
He has.
That's my thinking
How
too.
can you not?
That's my thinking too. Because I feel like if the Panthers won the division over the Bucks, he would be the head coach for next year. I mean, and to me, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Like you lose one game and you're not a head coach.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like you had PJ Walker and Sam Darnold. And not for nothing, Sam Darnold was playing all right with Steve Wilkes.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's
as crazy as that is, like,
there's nobody that can convince me that if he won that game and the Panthers won division, he wouldn't be the head coach. Like nobody can convince me that.
I'm with you. I don't know how they wouldn't hire him. How could you not? Then you really truly dismantle your entire team. Like they're like, I don't like this.
The history says Wilkes is not a head coach. Yeah. But the intern, what you said, not many coaches perform well with their team. I would argue that maybe it gives other players an energy boost because they didn't really like to play for what's his name?
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule.
He was horrible. Yes. I said that from the beginning. He was trash.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe the players just didn't appreciate his scheme or didn't buy into his system, and they bought into Steve Wilkes' system.
Yeah.
That could be the turning point. But if the players are buying into the system, then you should retain him as the head coach because he's building a new culture.
That's what I'm saying. The players were vouching for him in the exit interview.
Your TikTok was perfect. Everything you said on that TikTok was perfectly laid out. Yeah. And I agreed with everything that you said. So anybody that follow us is on TikTok, please go check it out. Paul's nailed that TikTok. Beautiful.
You. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, next thing, the biggest joke in the NFL. Nathaniel Hackett hired as the offensive coordinator for the Jets. What do you think about that? Because I don't know if they're trying to get Rodgers to go there. I mean, it didn't work out for the Broncos, but I can't think. The only thing worse than Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson is Nathaniel Hackett and Zach Wilson.
Yeah, another Wilson he's going to coach.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah,
I didn't even put the last names together. But
he's got to be scarred.
Yeah.
As soon as he sees Wilson, he's going to be like, oh, fuck.
I know.
Jesus. I just went through this last year. I got fire for it.
I got another pound of dog shit in front of me. I just, what do you think about it? Do you think it's to try and get Rodgers?
I have written down here, they better sign Rodgers. Because if you don't, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like, that ass. I mean, after that season he just had in Denver with, I mean, that Russell Wilson was abysmal.
Real fast, what do you think about Russ? Do you think he's washed, or do you think
no? I don't think he's washed. How can you? If you would have said to me last year, do you think Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer? I'm going to say yeah.
I didn't dispute that. However, I did say that. Here's the thing: we were trying to find the episode. He said last year that Russell Wilson was washed before the trade.
That's all the tea leaves.
Did you?
He did. Now the thing that I was saying was different though was. I just lost my.
That's a bomb. I mean,
a fucking bean up here, dog.
I think Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer. However, if he plays like he played last year for the last 3-4 years of his career, he's gonna play himself out of the Hall of Fame. I genuinely believe that, because here's the thing. Somebody we were just talking about on Tuesday, Cam Newton. Not that he's a Hall of Famer.
Go ahead. No.
A lot of people forget how good his first 5 years were, because his last 5 were so bad. After 2016, he was like actually terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He fell right off the cliff. Now, I don't know if I believe Russell Wilson fell off the cliff. He doesn't want to use his legs anymore. He misses wide open throws. And then, like, all the weird stuff that they were saying about, like, I just feel like he became a diva.
What you're saying is his specialties declined. That made him great.
The things that made him great,
yes,
I don't believe are there anymore.
Agreed.
And I don't ever think Russell Wilson was a stand in the pocket and pick you apart guy. And when you try to do that and you try and turn into that in your later years, it doesn't work. Some guys just need their legs.
Well, players are getting faster in the NFL. We talk about this all the time, like sports science. Players are physically more gifted today than they were 10 years ago. They just are. There's
Unless
a lot more
vegan.
training regimens that, scientifically prove that you can get stronger, faster, blah, blah, blah. The diets have changed. Like, a lot of things have changed for players to be like straight up monsters, bro, compared to 10 years ago.
Think about who's the dude on the Eagles, the lineman they just drafted. The big
Davis.
Yeah, Jordan Davis, right?
Bro, he's a load.
Yeah.
Bro, he's 300 pounds running a 4.5.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's unheard of, bro. If you said that 20 years ago, the guy would have been like,
well, for context, Johnny Manziel ran a 4.6. So you have somebody that's 300 pounds, double Johnny Manziel's weight, and runs faster than him. Could you imagine getting hit like that by somebody that size?
It's a truck coming at you, bro.
Yeah.
Literally a truck.
Yeah.
A wide load.
Shannon Sharp says it. He says after you would get out of physical games, it would feel like you were in a car accident. Your body would just be so sore that it's like your body hurts.
Absolutely.
And when you're getting, slammed on by 300-pound men constantly for 3 hours, it's going to hurt. So,
you're going to be in pain.
So what do you think about Nathaniel Hackett to the Jets, Pauls?
I think it's pathetic. I don't understand. And here's the craziest thing is this is what riles up people about the coaching issue. When everybody's when the argument comes up with African-American coaches and head coaches and things like that. And I try not to buy into it. However, when you see stuff like that, you do have to kind of look at it sideways. Like, Nathaniel Hackett does not deserve to be a coach this year. A coordinator, none of that. He just doesn't. What did he he got fired for being a terrible coach. Here's the thing. If Russell Wilson isn't washed, he had a lot of people that think Russell Wilson's washed. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my issue. I don't think he deserved to get a job a month after he got fired.
I'm so with you. And the fact that you brought up the African-American coaches, maybe just think of Byron Leftwich. The man won a Super Bowl 2 years ago being an offensive coordinator, and he's still on the street. While Nathaniel Hackett, who completely abominated the Denver Broncos, just got a job.
Oh, and that
doesn't make any sense to me.
It's great that you said Byron Leftwich. That's a perfect example. Because here's the thing. After this year, he's going to have trouble getting a coordinator job.
Yeah, he's
not getting a head coaching offer. There's no way. There's no way he's getting a head coaching offer.
I agree with that. And do I love the move? I don't hate it, because if you can get Rodgers, they have a chemistry at least. And the Jets, the way they're constructed, we talked about this earlier when we went to lunch. They're built to win right now. They have a great defense. They got studs on the offense. Breece Hall is going to come back from injury. They got Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore. Like, they have pieces on that offense to be successful. And if you could plug in an Aaron Rodgers in, now it takes a lot of pressure off those young players, because they have a good quarterback that can do things that their previous quarterbacks couldn't do. And I think, the relationship would be great if they can get Rodgers, but the problem is now you got to pay the piper.
Yeah.
Because not for nothing, if Green Bay knows that you need a quarterback, they're going to make your ass pay for it, because that's just business 101. I'm going to make you overpay for the 39-year-old quarterback as to just give him to you for free because he's a cancer in our locker room.
What would you give up for him?
There's a report out there for 2 firsts. I think that's a little steep for me.
Hell no.
I probably go a 1st-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, and maybe a 5th. I'm not giving up 2 firsts for a 39-year-old quarterback.
I still think that's a lot, because he hasn't thrown for 300 yards in 21 games.
But you got to understand the Jets' history. The Jets have never made noise since Sanchez and Rex Ryan. So they
franchise.
want to win. And New York is a big market. If they can get Aaron Rodgers in New York, that's easy selling, bro. You could sell that so easily.
I think, I mean,
It's a big market.
They're a good team. Like,
They
if
are.
you put Rodgers there, like, I don't think Rodgers is washed. He may not be superstar Rodgers anymore, but I don't think he's like, I don't view him the way I'm viewing Russell Wilson right now, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think he's done.
I don't either.
And I feel like if you like the Jets, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall comes back. Like, I think they have a good team. Their defense is stout. I mean, Rodgers never really had a good D. Pause.
Yeah, but the problem, I mean, and also, does the culture fit Rodgers though?
I don't know if the media would eat him up,
Yeah,
but
he would hate New York, but he would fucking hate New York. Absolutely. But going off what you said, it's like what you would pay for him. I mean, if you to have Aaron Rodgers, you put Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, they're probably that they now become like a Super Bowl contender. Some would say. I don't think I would say that.
yeah. Well, I would think if he would go there, it would be, you know, they would maybe get home field, be a really high seed, and then they would lose in the first round of the playoffs.
So that's their way of thinking. Like,
yeah.
Why wouldn't I want that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like when's the last time the Jets have made the playoffs?
They would be
11?
a wild card because the fucking AFC is stacked.
Well,
Man.
if you put Rodgers,
They're better than the Dolphins. You put him on the Jets.
Arguably, because the Dolphins, if they stick with Tua, you can argue that.
Yes, because I'm not a Tua guy. So
that other number 12 goes to Miami.
Okay, that's different. Yeah,
it's different.
I don't know. I just, if Rodgers goes to the AFC, I mean, the AFC is just,
it's loaded.
I mean, at that point, Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC, hands down.
Well, that's why I don't think Rodgers would go there. Yeah. Why would you want to leave the division you're in now?
Yeah,
come on. With the Vikings, we know what the Vikings are.
You got to play Allen twice a year.
Yeah,
you got to play now the Dolphins twice a year.
Well, no, we know what the Vikings are. The Vikings are the what?
The softest 14 and 13 ever.
They're the NFC North champions. I'm giving you your flowers. You called that.
You threw me a curveball. I'm sorry. You threw me a curveball.
I mean, if I'm right, I mean, like I said, New York would eat him alive that meeting. Why would you want to leave the division with the Bears? And he can win that division again if they put the right pieces around him.
That's the problem, though. They don't.
That's the issue, and that's been the problem for what, years now.
Why? What is that? Can somebody explain to me why they don't get this man a wide receiver one outside of Devontae Adams?
They traded his ass.
I know they had Devontae Adams, but like at the same time, it's like, yo, you went into the season with fucking Al Lazard, Christian Watson, who he played really well down the stretch, but he wasn't up to speed yet. And who else? Sammy Watkins. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
You know what?
You got an aging superstar who just signed a 3-year, $150 million deal, guaranteed, and you do that? Like, I don't. To me, it just sets him up for failure. But I'm sure he was part of that discussion because he had to know the future of their franchise, what direction they were going. Otherwise, he wouldn't have signed. So I kind of blame him in a sense too, because you knew what you were getting yourself into when you signed the deal. You're not going to sign it blindly. You're going to ask, what is our next step? He's been there for so long that he has some type of relationship with the front office to the point where he can go up there and talk about the future. It's not like a mystery. I believe that is true. So he had to know their direction.
Like, my thing is, if you're the Packers, why are you not on the phone with the Cardinals getting D-Hop?
NFC teams, maybe.
I mean, you could get anybody's for sale for the right price. You could get D-Hop. Why would you not go after him? I don't get it.
I don't think they want Rodgers. I think they've been trying to drive him out for years now. Like, you literally just kind of answered your own thing. Like, what the hell are they doing? Well, we're trying to get him out of here because we drafted a first round quarterback 3 years ago.
I disagree with that though. Because
in some fucked up way, I think they're literally trying to push Rodgers out of Green Bay. And he's just saying, you know what? I'll just keep coming back and keep winning. You can't get rid of me.
Maybe, but you gave somebody 150 M's, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no way you're trying to push somebody out the door if you give them 150 M's.
Which is true.
So maybe they're handcuffed.
Yeah. You
know
I mean, but why trade Devontae Adams? After you just paid your quarterback.
That's a mystery. And I really want to know the answer to that. Like, but it's going to be at a later date, I bet. It's like somebody's going to leak a story where it's like, oh, that's why Devontae Adams
they offered Devontae Adams the same contract the Raiders did. He wanted to be traded because he didn't trust Rodgers teetering on the retirement shit.
Yes.
Because Rodgers now is doing the Brett Favre. I don't know.
Yeah.
Coming back. I don't know.
Yep.
So
you're right.
What do you think about the other number 12, Tom Brady, visiting private schools in Miami? You think there's a chance he goes to the Dolphins?
Nah.
I'm the same way. I don't
think that meant anything.
Yeah, I don't think that holds any weight.
I think that's either him saying it might be I'm done or I'm just staying in Tampa Bay again.
I'm the same way.
That's
what do
all.
you think, Nick?
I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. His kids live in Miami. They're not moving. When I went to Tampa, I was trying to look for like his old crib and shit like that just to be a fan and just to see where the fuck he was living. And all the locals told me that he lives in Miami now, and that's exactly where he's going to stay. So I don't see him. He's there for his kids. He's not there for football reasons. Too early for that. And when he says he's taking his time and he's taking it day by day, I genuinely believe that because of last year. Last year, he retired right before the Super Bowl. I don't think he wanted to retire. I think he was pressured to do so. But this year, I think he's actually really taking it a day-by-day basis.
Well, I mean, he sounded like it when he responded to Jim Gray on his podcast.
And they're boys, too.
Everybody was saying it. Like, he got cocky when
he actually got upset. And I think that's just because that's like built up frustration, too. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't like the way the season unfolded for him, the way the season went for him. And then you're going to ask me that, like, bro, like, I'm already pissed off about how things went. Then he lost his wife. Like, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
So to ask me that shit is like, nah, fam, get the fuck out of here.
What do you think about Sean Payton going to Denver? I know we touched on it in a minute when we were talking about Russ. Do you think that he would solve their issues if he went there? Because personally, I don't. And I think it would only bring them a bigger hole because they want like a first round pick or two for him. And they already gave up all their draft capital in the near future for Russ. So I don't think he would solve any of their issues, to be honest. I think he would help Russell Wilson individually because he's a smart offensive mind. But as for solving their problems, no. Their problem is Russell Wilson's contract and all the capital they gave up.
I'm kind of with you. I mean, I don't think you could have said it any better, honestly. I mean, you would have to assume if you hire Sean Payton that they're going to be a little bit better than they were last year offensively.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense was what, top 3 in the league all year, top 5.
Defense is
all right. Well, here's I don't know if you guys saw this during the season. If they would have scored over what 18 points, they would have been 9-1 at one point. You don't think Sean Payton can get them to score fucking 21 points a game last year? Like,
they're a quarterback away. I said it all year,
you
bro.
know what's crazy though? Teddy Bridgewater last year, they averaged 18 points.
18 points. Yeah.
Teddy Bree.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's wild because they are legitimately a quarterback away.
I like their roster, bro. Their roster's really good, the Saints.
And I'm sticking with Russell. I think he's good,
Broncos,
man.
Bro.
The Broncos? What about them?
That's what we're talking about.
No, I know, but I thought you were talking about the Saints were a quarterback away.
Oh, no, the Broncos are a quarterback away.
Oh, yeah, that team too, but.
Okay, maybe No,
I was saying the Broncos are quarterback away.
Oh, damn, that's crazy, man. Yo, damn, for real?
Yeah. Bro, I told you, Russell Wilson's washed up.
I'm out with that, bro. I don't think they're a quarterback away, bro.
What do you think
I think they need some more.
Well, that too at this point. But apparently they're looking at now. They're trying to. They're looking at
They need a tight end. They need a tight end. They need a running back.
You don't like Dulcich? Chill, fan. Don't disrespect Dulcich.
He's all right. I like him. I think he can play. I don't think
Sean Daniels in fantasy was trying to sell him all year for an RB1.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Yo,
smart.
I got Dulcich.
Fucking smart.
I got Dulcich and
Drake London.
He's him. I want Derrick Henry and AJ Brown.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Nick, I'm sorry. What were you saying? Oh, you think they need more?
Yeah, tight end. I think they need a tight end.
They got Javonte.
Yeah, but coming off an ACL injury, I think you need another running back too. I like to see another wide receiver for that offense. I know Jerry Judy's good, but I need to see somebody go across the middle and take those hits. You know what I mean? You got to get somebody that can move the chains. Cortland Sutton's a good player, but his specialty is the 50-50 balls because he's such a big target. So, but he could do it all too. He has good skill set, but I just think they need another wide receiver too. There's a fast wide receiver that can get open and move the chains.
I'll tell you this. How about this? What Russell Wilson has needed his whole goddamn career, an offensive line.
I'm not going to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
An offense, dude.
I don't want to hear that.
He was sacked 5-6 times a game last year.
I don't want to hear that though. You want to know why?
That's what he needed his whole damn career.
To the playoffs. Yeah, he was ass with them when he retired
coaching.
last year.
He's a dog with it.
Coaching. Pete Carroll was awesome, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't Pete. It wasn't Pete.
Stop.
Wasn't Pete.
Stop.
Yeah,
I didn't know you liked Russell
Stop.
Wilson like that.
They let Russ
Stop.
cook.
I love Russ.
They let
Really?
Russ cook.
Yeah.
and they burnt the
I'll
meal.
stand by Russell Wilson.
He's
gonna
burnt the meal, bro.
You're gonna tell me that Pete Carroll didn't have anything to do with fucking Geno Smith being like
That's what I'm saying. Russell
he's a
Wilson
Pro Bowl. Russell Wilson had
Pete
Nathaniel Hackett.
No,
Yeah.
he's saying no last year. And
Last
Russell's
year,
last
last year.
Yeah, when
Well,
Wilson
he was hurt last year. Broke his hand, didn't he?
but he came back, and that's when
And
I was
he
like,
came back way
oh.
too soon.
When he
which could
came
still
back,
build,
hold
like-
on. When he came back, I was like, he's done. Here's why. Russell Wilson was never skipping the ball when he was throwing to the wide receivers. He would hit him right in the hands. He was misfiring the ball the entire stretch. I saw plays where I'm like, this man is on a decline. That's when I gave my statement. I think Russell Wilson is washed. And this was before the Broncos season. The Broncos season, however, proved me right because he was everything but what they got.
He was mid.
He was ass, bro.
Yeah, he was not. Yeah, I'm
You
not.
signed somebody.
He was
Yeah,
You get 5 years. What do you get? $200 and something million?
like 260. I think.
245 or something like that. 250. You gave that man that much money, all that power, just to be brutally ass and get your head coach fired.
Yo, imagine trading Russell
sorry,
Wilson,
bro.
getting back 3 first-rounders, and you traded your worst quarterback.
Yeah, you guys are fucking nuts.
I'm taking Geno right now.
Over Russell still? Nah.
But again,
We'll
He's
see.
wild.
you
washed
talked
up.
about the offensive
He's
line.
ass, dude. I will sit here all night and tell you Geno Smith is
I don't
ass.
think he's ass.
He's ass.
I just think he had.
He's been ass his whole career. He's going to continue to be ass.
I just think he had a good
He
opportunity.
ain't right back
with,
yet, though.
With,
He didn't right
Pete
back,
Ca-
man.
he had a good opportunity with Pete Carroll, and
Perfect situation.
it was
Yeah.
But-
I'll give you that.
But he displayed Geno's talent though.
Yeah.
He brought the best out of Geno Smith. So when you talked about the offensive line with Russell Wilson, I heard that shit in Seattle, and Geno Smith went to the playoffs with Seattle, that same team. So my thing is, what else? What's the other excuses with Russell Wilson?
You boys
With,
washed
with,
up.
without the Legion of Boom, what has he done since?
Mid.
Since he threw that interception to Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl, what has he done since?
Well, he got his own office. He got parking spots. He started dating Sierra. He dated a celebrity and became a celebrity.
That's my question.
He did high knees on the plane.
Yeah. Like the man's goofy. He's corny. The players ain't gonna buy into that. If my quarterback is doing high knees on the airplane, I'm not rocking with this
You
cat
would
no
be
more,
the
bro.
dude though. When everybody's sleeping, you would get up and do high knees.
Me?
You would do high
I would
knees.
never do some
I
corny
can
shit like
see
that,
that
bro.
shit.
Don't pay me to the
See
public
that.
like I'm a cornball. I ain't no cornball. He's telling the public I'm a cornball. I ain't
No,
I
you
don't
think that's
rock like
corny?
that, bro.
You think that's corny?
What?
He was getting in shape.
High knees on the plane. Motherfucker, rest. And then when we land, you could do your high
He was
knees.
getting in shape.
Bro, the players were sleeping on the plane. They woke up to the man doing high knees in the middle of the aisle.
Could you imagine
What
if you
is
were taking a
that?
nap and you woke up and one of your
No!
teammates was next to you doing high knees,
I'm
sweating?
like, yo,
and
sit
shit?
the fuck down.
I can't rock with somebody like that. I can't. That's corny behavior,
Fair,
man.
fair
I don't
enough.
give a fuck what anybody says. Corny behavior, bro.
What do you think about AJ Brown pouting a little bit about his touches against the Giants?
Go ahead. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
That's Nick's show.
I think personally, and I thought about this, every wide receiver one is a diva.
Agreed.
Every single one of them.
I disagree, but go ahead.
You look at any of them. Tyreek Hill, a diva. He wanted money and get paid. See it. Stephon Diggs, you're gonna tell me he's not a diva? Justin Jefferson's probably the freaking head diva.
Mhm.
All of them. We can go off. All the number ones on every team, they're divas.
What about Mike Evans?
Yeah. Well, is he the one there?
What? Come on, man.
Well, I don't think Godwin's a diva either. Even if you were to
Okay,
think
yeah,
Godwin was
that's.
one.
I'll give them two or two. I'm
Wanna know
no,
why?
Mike Evans is a
You
diva
wanna know why they're
too.
not
Tom
divas?
Brady.
He's a diva too.
Culture, fam. Culture.
I do agree with you.
Fair.
Here's the
Because
thing.
Mike Evans could have blew up on Tom Brady at any point in the season and didn't. Didn't show up as quarterback. He had his quarterback's back when he was arguing with the Saints guy. Pushed him and got ejected and got
Well,
suspended
that's
for a
him.
game.
That's him and Lattimore. They always
But
go
had
at it.
his back. That's called culture. That's
Yeah.
called being behind your guy no matter what. I don't care if he throws 3 picks. I'm going to lift my guy up because I'm going to war with that guy any day of the week. I have no choice. He's on my team. I have to do it.
You know,
I'm a team player.
You know what's weird though about that? Because like I never thought AJ Brown was like that. It was so weird to see him on the sidelines doing that. But like you got to understand in that moment, like they were running the shit out of the ball. Like you blew them. You had a second round bye. Like bro, you got a week of rest. Now you're ready to go against the 49ers. And they can't double you. Devontae Smith is a wide receiver 1. And if they try and double AJ Brown, Devontae Smith is going to bully who's ever over there, or they're going to run the ball down your throat. So, because it takes guys out of the box and things like that, there's nothing you can do. And honestly, at this point, I like that happened because I think he's going to come out and you're going to get an AJ Brown game on Sunday. It was weird of me to see that because I never saw that from him.
Yeah. Well, he did in Tennessee.
I'm saying with the Eagles.
With the Eagles, yeah.
That's because like Hurts and him, like that. Hurts is the godfather of his baby. Yeah. So it's like, it was just weird to see that because they were saying like maybe he was hurt or something when he was just sitting there kind of looking around. And then it came out that it was like he only had 3 catches for 25 yards or whatever it was, 22 yards. So I thought it was weird.
Yeah. Like I said, my thing is I just think most big number 1 receivers like that who get paid the money they want the ball.
Yeah,
obviously.
bro, like not for nothing.
So you're gonna act like a diva. And that's
you got $20 million. You went out there, you caught 3 catches.
Yeah,
your jersey's clean.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're rested up now to bust the 49ers.
Yeah,
I get it. I hate it, but I understand it because he's just a competitor and he wants to contribute. But when your team is 38, you won 38-7. Why are you pouting, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
This is your first championship game you've been in, right? Or is it second one?
Second.
Right? Second?
Yeah.
He went to the Tennessee
Chiefs.
Against the Chiefs. Correct. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. But you're on the way to the NFC Championship game. You're locked up. You got your contract. The fuck you bitching for, bro? Because Devontae Smith had 6 catches for 61 yards and 10 targets. You only had 6 targets. That's what you're complaining about, really? You guys won the game.
It should be a fun fashion.
It should be a fun atmosphere. You're in Philly, the crowd's rocking, everybody's behind you, and you're on the bench pouting when your teammates are happy as hell that they just busted the Giants' ass to get a playoff win. Like, yo, playoff wins aren't easy to come by.
Well, unless you're playing the Giants.
Got it. But what I'm saying is they're not easy to come by. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I was shocked to see
the
that.
Competitive edge. I see it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, fuck, I want to contribute too, man. Like, I want to be a part of this. But he has a chance to next week.
My thing is, though, is like, again, we talked about this with Stephon Diggs. Like, don't do that. You could do that in the locker room. Like, yo, get me the ball. Do it at halftime.
Yeah.
Like, yo, get me the ball. Or just go sit next to him and you don't have to sit there, just sitting there looking like you're like literally like you're pouting. So, but I agree with you. I think most of those wide receivers are divas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just comes with the territory, essentially. But all right, guys, moving on to game 1 of NFL Championship weekend. 49ers at the Eagles. Eagles minus 2.5. That line has not moved. Crazy. I'm shocked by that, to be honest. Starting it off, Peter King says if he were to start a franchise, he would choose Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts.
You know what? Peter King's a highly respected guy.
Yeah, he's high, all right.
Yeah. What he's smoking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to smoke what he's smoking if he's saying sentences like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't want that. I'm good.
He's smoking that Delta 8.
Yeah. gas station stuff. What do you think about that? Would you take Brock Purdy?
I'm in shock that he would say something like
the
this.
nerve, the audacity. Okay.
Real shit.
Okay. Yeah. Like, what did he see that he feels that way? 7 games of Brock Purdy or a whole season of Jalen Hurts after taking a massive, massive leap the previous year? What did he see? 7 games? Dude, Brock Purdy, you put him on the Packers, he's not winning 3 games.
I just thought of this.
He's not winning 3 games, bro. The Niners are constructed to win now on both sides of the ball, regardless of who's quarterback. If you look at Brock Purdy's stats and you look at Jimmy G's stats, they're almost the same. They're very similar. So he doesn't have to do much. Jimmy G never had to do much in San Francisco. He just had to manage the game. That's exactly what he's doing. Jalen Hurts can actually run. He has leadership. He can throw the ball really well. Like, he could do it all. He's a leader on that team. So for me, I'm shocked. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm shocked.
Ryan, go ahead. I'm looking for something.
I think what he's saying is I'll take Kyle Shanahan. That's what the fuck it is. Like, so, like that's like come on.
Do
that's
you remember
blasphemy.
What was the Thursday night game that the 49ers played and won? Was it against the Chargers?
I think it was the Titans.
Well, I forget who it was.
Or no, the
but
Titans, I think, beat them that game.
I just remembered this. I posted a TikTok that night. Nick, you'll remember it. I was sitting here. And I said on there, I said, it's taken all of 3 games for the entire NFL and media world to believe in Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
But Jalen Hurts comes out this year as an MVP favorite and won 13 out of his first 14 games.
It was Seattle.
And Seattle. And the media still doesn't believe in him. What is that? I mean, there is no merit behind saying you would take Brock Purdy right now over Jalen Hurts. There's nothing.
There is. It's clickbaity, bro.
I mean, Peter, but you said it yourself, though. Peter, it's not like Peter
For views.
thinks of nobody.
Understood. But it's a very popular opinion that Brock Purdy is a franchise quarterback because based on how he played his first 7 games. And
you heard what Chris Sims said too? Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I saw it.
Chris Sims said he would take Daniel Jones as a passer over Jalen Hurts, which is fucking blasphemy.
My brother said it perfect. He's all in at this point. He just has to keep bagging.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have him ranked in the top 40.
Yeah, I know. And there's 32 quarterbacks that play in the league.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, yeah. And I think Kirk Cousins or something was like 8.
Was Minshew ahead of him?
Yeah, he was. He was too. He was like 39.
Yo, Chris Sims, he's a whole asshole, yo, because he ripped Tom Brady too, bro. And it's like, fam, what did you do in your career?
Yeah.
You couldn't even call the plays at practice. If you saw the clip online that's been floating around.
Yeah.
With the Bucks.
With the Buccaneers.
He couldn't even call plays at practice, and Gruden's calling him like a fucking dumbass.
I'm looking at him right now. He looks like somebody from Baywatch with this bright blonde hair.
Yeah. I was going to say, you could probably argue that Jalen Hurts is like one of the top 5 guys you're going to start a franchise with.
We just were talking about that the other day.
Right.
I was saying, I'm like, yo, you could, I said, and I'll ask you this, not to go too far, but I said, right now, if you were to say you can start a franchise with Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts, I feel like you would have to think twice about that. I really do.
Yeah. How in a way. I mean, I'm still taking Josh Allen, but
yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm saying, like, you can probably sit there and say, I mean, other than Mahomes, like Burrow, Josh Allen, it's probably Jalen Hurts and like maybe Justin Herbert, like one of those 2.
Herbert got a lot to prove. He's an excellent talent.
Yeah, but he's also been fucked with his. I don't know. I'm a big Herbert guy, so
I like Herbert. I think he's a really good player. My issue is with Herbert. It's just like I think he's got to start the win.
Yeah.
Like, and especially now, like 27-0 blown lead. Like, bro, you have to wear that until you win.
That's my beef. Like, you're too talented and you have a good enough team to win a playoff game, and you haven't done so.
But the Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts thing, you can probably even argue they're almost like, besides Josh Allen's arm, they're the same player.
Who?
Similar.
Josh Allen and Jalen, similar.
Except Jalen Hurts takes better care of the ball.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's where
I get it. I see what you're saying. I can see where you're coming from there.
That's what I was talking about. Like, Josh Allen's has the stronger arm. They're very similar running styles, except Josh Allen's more powerful.
Yeah, he's bigger.
But Jalen Hurts takes better care of the ball. So I feel like that could be an interesting dynamic. But I would say the top 3 quarterbacks that you would start a franchise with right now, that most people would say would be Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow.
Yeah.
Maybe Trevor Lawrence might sneak in there because he had a pretty good year. I mean, but 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in the playoffs. And then Herbert, like you said. But Hurts deserves to be in that 3 to 6.
He's in there no matter. He like you said, come on. They lost to 2 games without him, right?
Yeah.
14-1 this year, 13-1. Like, come on.
I know you say, you take care of the ball, and I totally get it. The turnovers kill him. But there's something to be said about his skill set, that he's a gunslinger. He's willing to take those chances down the field because he can. You know what I mean? Like, he has the arm. Sometimes it doesn't work out for him, which allows the other team to possess the ball.
Yeah.
But I feel like it comes with his skill set. It's like one of those things that, like, it's a gift and a curse.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to say it.
That it is, because his biggest asset is his biggest weakness.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is, because his biggest asset is his athleticism and his freakish skill.
It's almost like an ego thing.
But his athleticism and his freakish skill make him vulnerable when he starts running outside the pocket and goes off script.
It's like an ego thing. He's like, oh yeah, I could do this. I could throw it for 70 yards.
That's why, but that also plays into the point of he needs to learn this offseason or soon, whenever, he needs to learn to take the 6-yard pass when the 6-yard pass is there. Because if he starts taking those 6-yard passes, all that's going to do is now open up the 50-yard bombs. Then that opens up for him to run more. And then maybe he could run out of bounds as opposed to getting hit by a linebacker.
So, yeah, well, my thing is he's been in the league for 5 years and he hasn't done that, what you're saying. But my thing is that's a part of coaching too.
Yeah.
Correct.
The coaching should be like, yo,
Absolutely.
take what the defense is giving you. And when we could take our shots down, down the field, we will do so.
Yeah.
We got Gabe Davis.
Exactly.
We got Stephon Diggs. Let's take our shot now. It's the perfect opportunity of the game. But when you're throwing deep, 60-yard passes on 3rd and 2, like you're not putting your team in the best position to succeed because it's a low percentage completion.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
On a manageable third.
Yes.
On a manageable third down.
That's why I love Jalen Hurts. This is his second year, third,
Second starting,
Second starting, third year.
and he does everything that you're supposed to do as a quarterback.
Slides.
Everything. He literally looks like he's been in the league for 5 years now. It could, like you said, coaching, obviously, but I've been a Jalen Hurts fan since he was in Alabama. Like, I used to tell all my friends, I'm like, everyone hated that draft pick. I was like, dude, this kid's a fucking winner. Like, he's a
Ballbent used to say it to me all the time, and it's crazy because I hated Hurts, but it was because I was such a big Wentz fan because I rooted so hard for Carson Wentz.
That's all Philly fans, man.
I liked Carson Wentz so much, and I thought they did him dirty. But it's like Jalen Hurts is just an awesome leader. Like, I love Jalen Hurts now.
Yeah,
I really do. He's a leader of men. But now we're getting to the snubs.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
Nick Sirianni, Coach of the Year snub. Hassan Reddick, Defensive Player of the Year snub. Brandon Graham, Comeback Player of the Year snub. Who do you think is the biggest snub out of those three, and why? For me, it's Brandon Graham. He had a career year off a torn Achilles, and he's 34 or 35. I mean, you can make arguments for all of them. I'm just saying, like, Brandon Graham was awesome this year. He was awesome, dude. No denying it.
Who do you got, Ryan?
I'm gonna say Sirianni. I mean, I feel like how can you not what he's done with this team? I mean, a hell of a GM. He just won GM of the year or whatever it was too. I'm pretty sure he was named GM Howie. But what he did with Jalen Hurts this year, the year he had, I mean, he doesn't get hurt. He probably wins MVP. So I'm going. I mean, how can you not even like be a finalist?
I know.
And you're a number 1 seed. You're 14-3.
You dominated.
You've been the best team in the league all year, and nobody ever wanted to admit that.
Coming from a Chiefs fan and the biggest Patrick Mahomes fan I know. I mean, I'm
a realist too, cause
I'm gonna go with Hassan Reddick.
He's a beast.
I mean, bro, you talk about 17 games played. He had 16 sacks. It's almost 1 sack a game. That's an impact on your team.
Every one of his stats was bigger than Micah Parsons.
Yeah. He's been amazing, bro.
I'm sorry. Micah Taylor. Excuse me. He's Lawrence Taylor.
All right, bro. But he's really good. I'm not going to trash Micah Parsons on his
I'm not trashing
him. He's really, really, really good, bro. Like, when you watch him on the TV, bro, that man is all over the field.
He averaged less than half a sack over like the last 5 games of the season.
Yeah, but the impact elsewhere didn't matter. Because he has an impact on that team. Like, he's around the football.
I know. I'm just saying. I got
it. Because that's how we grade people based on their sacks and shit.
Yeah.
Like, pause.
Whoa.
Pause. That came off way wrong, dog. Yeah, real shit. Cut the record, Phil. But yeah, 16 sacks. He was dominant this year, man. I mean, come on. How is he not listed? He's number 2 in the league in sacks behind Bosa. And Bosa had a fantastic year. He's probably the defensive player of the year. And I'm not going to argue that. But Hassan Reddick should be in that argument. To be second in the league in sacks, that's amazing, bro.
The Eagles' whole team
amazing.
was just.
I think people just hate Philly.
Yeah, me too. They're gonna hate us.
Real shit. Like, I think people just hate Philly.
Makes sense. The snubs are. Everybody knows the Eagles are a good team, so it helps the players around him to make that leap. You know what I mean? Like, Brandon Graham helped Reddick. Reddick helped Graham. Vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I feel like they got snubbed in that regard, because they actually have help where other players don't have that help on the other side of them. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that actually matters, but the Sirianni thing doesn't make any sense. He had the best record in the NFL, and he took Jalen Hurts to a new height in terms of quarterback play.
Yeah.
And arguably the MVP this year. Not saying he is, but for the first 14 weeks, absolutely was the MVP. Absolutely was.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
The comeback player of the year, right? Why is Geno Smith a finalist for comeback player of the year?
Second person that said that in about the last 2 days.
It's a
We were
hot
just
topic.
talking about that in our group chat.
Why? Because he was asked to pass 10?
He sounds like Justin, dude. That's crazy.
The real shit though.
No, I get what you're saying, but that team was projected to win 3 games because they were losing almighty Russ.
So why isn't Pete Carroll a finalist for Coach of the Year?
Well, they only won 9 games, but
What the Giants win?
and that's a fair point, actually.
I don't disagree with that statement,
Yeah,
Ryan. Go
That's
ahead.
actually a fair point.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you that. Actually, I didn't look at it like that, but
Right, because Dayball is like one of the favorites to win it now, right?
Yeah, he
Him
is.
and Shanahan.
it's Shanahan, Dayball, and Doug Peterson.
It's New York. It's sexy. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
you're
That's
right.
the market
You're
you're
right.
in.
Good point.
Seattle's not a sexy market.
I'm serious. That's a good point because I didn't think of it on that level, but he didn't win. Like, I mean, you can't be Coach of the Year winning 9 games, bro. Like, that's crazy. And not for nothing, you went in your bye week at what, 6-1,
Yeah.
and you finished 9-6-1.
I told you what I say. The Giants were going to implode.
Yeah,
I was right about that.
I know.
I was just thinking about it earlier. That's all.
No, I just feel like Geno Smith was in that, or favored to win it because they expected them to be really, really bad.
Yeah.
And they just came out of left field, and it was like, okay, is this team good? And they were for a little bit, but it sucks because they were what, 5-2 or 6-2, like the Giants, and
Mhm.
Geno, they kind of slipped. And Geno slipped that money right out of his hand because if they win 10, 11 games,
Yeah, he's getting paid.
he's getting paid.
I don't think he slipped the money out of his hands because he made the playoffs, though. That's a pretty good accomplishment.
But they needed help. It's not like they
Yeah.
made the playoffs on their own. They needed the Lions to win that game.
But he got him in position to be that.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
in
I
that
got
spot.
you. Yeah.
So like I don't.
Yeah.
I
So
can't.
you don't think that Geno should be in that conversation? Because it's funny, because the dude that was saying it earlier said, "What did he come back from?" Being
That's what I
ass
mean.
on the bench,
Like Brandon Green came back from what, an ACL injury, right?
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey, Barkley, who's is a
Barkley,
finalist,
yeah.
obviously. What the fuck did Geno Smith come back from?
I know.
Being a
And
backup quarterback? That's my only thing. Like, listen, I'm not gonna. He had an unbelievable year, obviously. Like you just said, like nobody, people said they were gonna be the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
people said that. Like,
Yep.
but I just don't see why he's a finalist.
I love it though.
Yeah, it's a cool story and all, but like they're gonna be ass next year if he's their quarterback.
You think?
Yeah, come on, man.
We keep receipts on this podcast.
You don't
Keep
believe in,
him.
you don't believe in Geno?
Hell no.
I think he's a bridge. I think he's a guy that's going to
He
hover
is.
around 7, 8 wins,
Yeah.
9 wins, maybe.
Until they get their
Serviceable-
quarterback.
He's a serviceable
That's
guy.
what he is. That's exactly what he is. Like, I think if him and Daniel Jones, I mean, for the Eagles' sake, I hope they give him 4 or 5 years for.
Oh, and they have no choice.
Yeah, but I just like, for me, those are bridge guys.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say Seattle's not going to draft one of the quarterbacks this year?
Agreed.
They have that. What? They're top 5 pick, don't they?
Yeah, and
Because they have Denver's pick.
because they have Denver's pick. I think they have the 5th or 6th pick. They can move up.
They're
have all the
drafting a
capital.
quarterback.
Yeah, like if CJ Stroud, which I don't
think that whoever, if they do draft a quarterback, he's going to come in and play over Geno because they'll probably,
Yeah,
serviceable quarterback, but he's not their guy.
Yeah.
Keep that shit right here. Receipts.
it'll be kept.
I like the idea of it. Because you got to think about mentally. This guy's thinking his career is done.
He didn't
was
write
a high.
back.
He was a high draft pick with the Jets. Went to the Giants for a year. Then he went to, where'd he go after that? He went somewhere else, didn't he?
The Jets for
He
a
went
while.
to the Jets. He went to the Giants, and then he went to. Was it Seattle? Is that his third team?
Yeah, he's been with Seattle for a couple
Or
years. I
has he
think.
been with 4 teams?
Nah, he's been with Seattle for a while because he was
Okay.
Russell Wilson's backup.
He was with the Jets. He was with the Giants
for a year.
Yeah, and I think he was with one other team.
Chargers.
Chargers.
He was with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think he was with the Chargers for a year.
Because I think you're thinking of Tyrod Taylor.
Maybe
He was with the
I
Chargers.
thought
Remember he
was
got
with the
hurt and Herbert came in.
Though.
I could. I don't know. I'm just off the top of my head.
But yeah, no, like even in spot
The
duty
9.
last year.
Oh no, wait, never mind. Sorry.
Even in spot duty last year, I think he played pretty well. And then this year, he showed that he was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, bro,
I'm not going to take
they
it
were
away from him.
projected to be
Absolutely.
3-13. So
Yeah,
the
that's what I mean.
idea-
That's the worst record in the NFL by far, right?
So my thing is comeback player of the year. Like, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it was the Chargers. I was right. 2018. Then he got signed by Seattle. He's been there since 2020. And I like the idea because this guy has been a journeyman after being a 2nd round pick with the Jets, starting quarterback under Rex Ryan, I believe, right? Yes. And this guy was a journeyman, pretty much after the Jets. Three teams: Giants, Chargers, and Seattle. My thing is, do you know how mentally strong you got to be to train every single day, keep your body in tip-top shape, study the playbook, study film, just for an opportunity that he just got? And the fact that he got the opportunity and seized the moment, prepared for that moment, that's amazing. That's a comeback player of the year candidate, because you came back from in the dumps. Nobody was talking about you. Nobody took you serious. Nobody gave you a chance. Nothing. But when he got his opportunity, he shined. That's a comeback player of the year for me. I know what you mean with the injuries. Do you think it's an injury-driven award? Correct, Ryan?
That's what it's been for a while, right? I mean, for the most part, it's usually someone who tears their ACL, comes back and has a crazy.
But you gotta remember, those awards are a lot of story based.
Yeah,
but you gotta understand, football,
that's Geno Smith, which I can see there. That
football is two things: physical and mental. The mental part is definitely plays a factor in that. That's where the comeback player of the year award goes to: physical and mental.
Well, he didn't write back.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Now, if Russell Wilson goes out and balls next year and he's an MVP candidate, should he be the comeback player of the year?
Hell no.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm just saying. But like, nobody was talking about Geno Smith, and the fact that he won 9 games for a team that was projected 3, hats off, bro. Yeah. You got my vote.
Who do you think has more on the line this weekend? Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts?
Hurts.
So I believe
absolutely.
I think so too, because if he makes a Super Bowl in his contract year, no 5th round option, he is going to get paid. Like Brock Purdy's only making like $600,000.
Dude, he's a 3rd string quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. The Jalen Hurts is your franchise. To say that it's
no matter what
doesn't mean more for him than Brock Purdy, who might not even be their starter next year, which
it might mean more for it
might mean for him personally.
For Brock Purdy, all it's going to do is you're going to be able to ride the Mr. Irrelevant thing.
Yeah.
Last pick in the draft, got them here. But for me, like Jalen Hurts, like you said, he is that franchise right now.
It's
He's
his team.
Face of the Eagles.
His team.
So for him to get to the Super Bowl in just his 2nd year after making the playoffs, I mean, that's incredible progress. I know a guy number 17 who made the Super Bowl yet.
Oh shit, scream that.
And he got 5 years in this motherfucker. What you think?
Anyways, I disagree from both of you. I got Brock Purdy. He has more to lose. Here's why.
What you talking about? I said who's got more on the line? Oh, more to lose.
Yes.
What was the question?
So he's got more on the line.
More on the line.
He's got more on the line. Absolutely does.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win this game, the Niners are going to look elsewhere.
What?
They could. They very well could. The door will open.
But we were just talking about this. They were saying about the Panthers. They're not hiring an interim head coach for 1 game. And now Brock Purdy, 7-0, gets you to the NFC Championship game, and they're going to get rid of him if you don't make the Super Bowl.
The door will be open.
Rookies are 0-4 in the NFC Championship game, soon to be 0-5.
Open for what?
They're open for other opportunities. Absolutely. You have Trey Lance on your roster. What are you going to do with him?
He's ass.
Well,
they got to need somebody to fill up the waters.
You drafted him 3rd overall. You got to explore that. Do you have an investment there?
So you think if he loses this game, they're going to explore elsewhere?
They could. I think it opens the door for
with
them
Jimmy G and a Trey Lance still there.
Yes, absolutely. That opens the door for opportunities. If he wins this game,
are you trying to get to Tom Brady going to San Fran right now?
No, I don't believe in that theory.
He actually doesn't, because we discussed that last
time. Okay.
What I think,
because I'm just looking at Tom Brady behind him.
He has more to lose. If he wins the championship game, Brock Purdy,
he was good this year.
He will have more opportunities throughout the league if it doesn't stick with San Francisco.
Who?
Brock Purdy. He will have an opportunity for years to come because he made the Super Bowl. That's exactly why I think that. Well,
he was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason.
If he loses, he only won up to the divisional game. I know he went to the championship game, but he didn't close the door. Jimmy G lost the Super Bowl and they wanted to kick him out.
Scream that shit.
So now my thing is, even if he loses, the opportunity is going to be there for them to explore other options, in my opinion. Because if they were willing to kick out Jimmy G, who took him to the Super Bowl, took him to 2 NFC Championship games, right? 2?
Yeah. 2.
And so what makes you think they're going to stick with Brock Purdy if he loses this game? I don't have any faith in that. So for him, more is on the line. Jalen Hurts, who you said it, he's their franchise guy. He ain't going nowhere. So if he loses, it's a blemish on his record. But yet he could turn around next year with the same squad and run it back.
I thought they said that Brock Purdy was going back as the starter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I saw that too.
That's the reports.
Yeah,
it's early on.
I got you.
Because if they get blown out in this game, absolutely the door's open.
When?
Absolutely,
When?
bro.
When?
Huh?
When they get blown out?
Yeah, maybe.
So you said you think Brock Purdy is going to have other options somewhere else, right?
I think it opens a door where if San Francisco were to move off of him and they don't want to name him a starter and they have him as a backup because he could step in and provide that, insurance, then I think other teams would knock on the door and try to trade for him. Absolutely.
Even if he loses?
Yes.
So why does this game really mean more to him?
What I'm saying, if he wins.
So you're saying if he wins,
he needs to win.
Okay.
In my opinion, for other opportunities to open up the door. I think he still will get opportunities. I don't think it would be as lucrative as if he were to win this game. Because then you have a Super Bowl appearance on your resume. Yeah, you made the championship game, but a lot of bum quarterbacks have made a championship game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan Tannehill,
Mark Sanchez,
for example. Ryan Tannehill, Mark Sanchez. You said it yourself. So my thing is, if Jalen Hurts is the guy, he has way more opportunities and will be here for a long time. Whereas Brock Purdy could be a flash in the pan, and that's it.
But wasn't for going into the season, Eagles fans worried that Jalen Hurts wasn't the guy?
I was not. I was not one of them.
It's been a conversation before.
Yeah, it was,
right?
because we actually talked about it on here because people were saying that, they were saying he needs to win a playoff game in order to secure it. And my fight back on that was, well, why do players like him need to win a playoff game, but players like Kyler Murray get to be trash for the first 2 years, then start out 7-0, not win their division, and get buried in their first playoff game, and then all of a sudden they can cry for 200 bills.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know what? No, I don't understand that. And I always thought I think Jalen Hurts, I said this before, Jalen Hurts is better than Kyler Murray by a pretty sizable margin.
That's not even an argument.
Yeah, it's not even an argument. He's better. I just think with Jalen Hurts for me, he's got everything in front of him.
Yeah. That's what it is for me, where I'm like, this is big for him.
This
is huge for him, man.
To their third Super Bowl in the 2000s, that's big time shit.
The magnitude, of course.
And it's Philly. That's big. What it is.
Yeah,
it's hard to play in Philadelphia.
He can be a made man.
Real shit.
In 3 weeks, he can
have a statue built.
He's a legend.
The magnitude is big. I get it. But Brock Purdy has more on the line. Jalen Hurts, if he loses his game, he's still going to be the Eagles quarterback. He's still going to have A.J. Brown. He's still going to have Dallas Goedert. Still going to have Devontae Smith. He's going to have his guys back.
I see your points now. I see what you're saying.
They might lose some free agents. That's just the nature of the business. But he still has his team left. Whereas Brock Purdy, he is still somebody that's trying to prove it. Whereas Jalen Hurts already proved it this year. 7 games is not a big enough sample size to give the keys to the franchise, in my opinion. That's why this game means more to Brock Purdy.
Gotcha.
Fair.
All right, guys. Keys to the game for both teams and our predictions of what happens. For me, the keys for the Eagles are you need to just get out and be on full attack mode. I would run the ball. I would take your shots. Don't be scared of them and go right at them. And I think for the Eagles, the biggest thing is Dallas laid the blueprint last week. Blitz the shit out of Brock Purdy and make him beat you. I know it's easier said than done, but blitz the shit out of him. The crowd's going to be loud, get into their heads. And for me, for the 49ers to win, thoughts and prayers. Because that's what's going to happen. Because look, this isn't a second round bye. It's not. But you know what it is? It's a layover before we take flight and go to Arizona for the Super Bowl. Because we're going to bust their ass. I'm talking 27. I'm going to say 27-14, 31-16, something like that. We're going to end this. We're ending the Brock Purdy stuff on Sunday at about 6:30. We'll be ready to go. The Eagles are going to smack the 49ers, and I cannot wait for this to happen. It's just a little layover.
Ryan?
I'm going to go?
Yeah.
All right, so if I'm San Fran, just stick to what's got you there. That's it. Run the shit out of the ball.
We'll be ready.
Feed CMC. Get the ball out of your hands, Brock Purdy. Get the ball out of your hands. Okay? That's it. That's all you can do. Now, Eagles, the Niners have really bad, in my opinion, their cornerbacks stink.
Their cornerbacks don't get exposed because their line
It's so
gets
good.
to the
Front
Exactly.
seven, their front seven
But-
is amazing.
Amazing.
our linemen can negate that pass
Yes,
rush.
and that's where I don't think the Eagles are going to be able to run the balls like they did against the Giants against San Fran. I don't think that's like a crazy statement to make either. That's important, right? But use AJ Brown. He's got to show up. That's right there.
Agreed.
Have his big body ass just go up against Tarvarius Ward, who's ass. Trust me, I know all about him. He's trash.
Yeah.
Attack his ass, just like the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith did with DK Metcalf, right?
Number 1, right? On the
7
defense.
or whatever the fuck his name is. It 1? No,
Ward is number 1, right?
one's
What?
Tarvarius is 7, I think.
7.
Yeah, the other Ward's 1.
Yeah,
Tarvarius, trash. Attack him.
AJ Brown, I really think this is an AJ
It's his
Brown
game.
I think it's an AJ Brown
That's
game,
my key.
and I don't think that they can mess with him, to be honest. And with Jalen Hurts, you have a running quarterback. Use your legs.
Yeah.
And like I said, last week, they had a second round bye. He didn't really get hit. He didn't take any punishment last week.
Can I get my score prediction real quick?
Go ahead.
17-14 Eagles.
Oh, you got really low score.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with Ryan. Everything the Niners have done the last 7 games with Purdy, you continue to do. You run the football, you get after the quarterback, and that's it. That's their recipe. They create turnovers.
Who?
How did the
Sorry.
Niners?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The reason the Niners beat Dallas last week was due to turnovers. Dak threw 2 picks. They got 2 field goals and wound up mattering the game. The Eagles need to protect the ball. Jalen Hurts does not make a lot of mistakes. Let's not make this game be the game he does. That's what worries me. But the Eagles need to run the ball, control the clock, and keep that Niners defense on the field. Gas them. I would do no huddle, because if they like to bring the house, now you're going to get Bosa tired and Greenlaw, right? Or who's on the other end?
I think they have Armstead, who's pretty good.
Yes.
Uh,
Get those guys
He's
tired
good.
as hell.
Very
Do
good.
hurry up offense and do the RPOs and run it down their throat, and then that gasses the edge, and then that negates the pass rush. You already have a great offensive line. That is how you control and negate a strong defense. Like you said, the Niners corners are pretty, shaky. They can be had. You got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith. I expect them to really have a good game. I love the Eagles in this matchup. I think the Eagles are a slam dunk. I think the Eagles are a better team. They have a better quarterback. I think the Niners have probably a little bit better of a defense, possibly. But the Eagles defense, in my opinion, is a top 5 unit. They are. They have been all year. They got 2.
They're
they
top
have two. Two
it's
edge
them and
rushers.
San Fran, I think.
Yeah.
And
Probably.
not for nothing, but
Arguably. It's arguable. I mean,
I mentioned this about Daniel Jones. The Eagles had the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. Make Brock Purdy throw the ball.
make him beat
Sell
you.
out to stop Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell and make Brock Purdy beat you. Avonte Maddox should be back. That's huge. That's your corner guy, CGJ. The Eagles will handle business. The Eagles will handle business.
The Niners do have a number 1 defense. That's what Cheeks. Yep. Shout out Cheeks. I knew that. Thank you for mentioning that too. They do have the number 1 defense. But the Eagles need to control the clock. Like I said, if they go no huddle and they're successful, the Niners are done, because you're going to tire out their pass rushers. You can expose their corners, and you can put all the pressure on the young quarterback, Brock Purdy, to go tat for you on the scoreboard. That ain't going to happen, in my opinion. Not in Philly. It's going to be loud as fuck. Going to be cold as shit. It's weather they're not used to. I know they beat Green Bay,
I think it's going to be warm.
it's going to be nice.
I know they
It's going to be like
53 and
50.
sunny.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice.
but it's going to be
Sunday.
loud as shit too.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And I know Debo made a
Yeah, he
comment.
made some dumb comment.
Debo made a stupid comment. Like, these players, they just can't help
I
themselves.
forgot about
Why
that.
are you giving
I meant to say
the
that
opposing
earlier.
teams, fans, any sort of bulletin board material in a big game? Why would you do that? Why are you setting your team up for failure? When you're doing that, you are poking the bear. And the Eagles fans are going to go after Debo Samuel. You better believe it.
Nick,
They are going to harass him.
that was the dumbest thing you could have said, because that crowd
Is going to be
is already going to be fired up.
rocking.
And now you got that saying that that Levi Stadium's as loud as
Yeah.
Philly.
No
Yeah.
shot.
You're crazy. You're out of your mind.
Maybe when Montana was there.
Yeah, right. It wasn't even there. It was in Candlestick.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day,
No
it
shit.
So
That
Dumb
was such a
comment.
dumb statement.
what
I
score
got
you
the
got?
I got the Eagles 24-13.
All right.
I think they win by double digits. Actually,
Yeah, we gonna put foots in.
I think we're just better.
I got them covering by half a point. That's all.
I think we're better.
I trust
think we're
Vegas.
better, man.
What you mean think?
I think we're better.
We are better.
Look, the Niners they're not a slouch, bro.
Tell you what, Greenlaw and Warner.
They are
Fucking
studs.
Fred Warner's the
monsters.
man, dude. I
Monsters.
know. He's really
Studs.
good.
But like I said, hurry up offense, tire out that defense, possess the ball, and let Brock Purdy go point for point with you.
Oh,
Go
and by the
toe to
way,
toe with him.
don't think Sirianni's not going to be motivated with that Coach of the Year snub
Oh, absolutely.
because they're all using that as
Well,
motivation in
Brandon
there
Graham.
too.
Yeah, all
Brandon
of them.
Graham,
All
Reddick,
of them.
all of them.
Hassan Reddick.
They
Yeah.
want their respect.
The key of the game is going to be Lane Johnson. How can his injury hold up against Bosa?
Hell yeah.
That's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see that the most.
He hasn't let up a sack in 2 years.
And Nick Bosa leads the NFL in sacks.
That's crazy.
That's the match that I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
that'd
the
be fun.
most. So it's gonna be a great game. But I got the Eagles winning this. I got the Eagles going to the Super Bowl, and I got Brock Purdy taking a back seat next year with San Fran.
Love it. All right, guys. Last topic before we get out of here. Bengals at Chiefs. Bengals -1. That was a typo, Phil. My fault. The line moved 500
Lions.
times.
The Chiefs are a favorite now, right?
Yeah, the line opened up at Chiefs -2.5, went to Bengals -2.5. Now the Chiefs are -1.
We're in Burrowhead, cuz.
Burrowhead, I love that. Now,
What you say earlier about fucking players talking shit on the other team? Come on.
Yep.
well, the problem is for the Bengals, it's all their mid players. Eli Apple talks a lot of shit.
Yeah, you see him troll the Bills players?
Bro,
He's
somebody
trolling
said-
Diggs.
Bro, somebody
Damn.
said that he's the Patrick Beverly of the NFL on Twitter.
He
I'm
said-
like, yo, that's the realest comparison ever.
Have a safe travels to Cancun or something like that. I
Cancun
was
on
like,
3.
damn.
If
He was
Bur-
fucked up, by the way, with that.
No, he clarified it. He said he wasn't. I don't think he was making fun.
That
of
was his
Bob
agent
Bowden.
saying that.
I don't think he was making. Fun
You
of
can't
Bob.
tell me the guy who was putting out tweets was the most disrespectful and then put out a tweet that looked like somebody else wrote it.
Yeah.
Somebody else wrote that
What you
tweet.
talking about? Oh,
His
I got you.
publicist
Yeah.
definitely wrote that tweet for
Yeah,
him.
I don't think he meant anything by it though. To be honest, I don't. I don't think he.
What was it?
Maybe.
He said like Cancun on 3. and
Oh,
what
I
the
saw
fuck,
that.
babe?
I saw that. Yeah.
Bills players are going to take that as disrespect, and I don't blame them because they look like,
Yeah,
based on the optics,
Yeah.
yeah, what the fuck is that about?
I got
bro?
you.
So yeah, I definitely believe that. But what do you think about that? What do you think about this game, Ryan?
Where do I start?
Come
Do
on,
you
man!
think-
It's in your crib.
If Burrow beats Mahomes, do you think he's the top dog going in the next season?
So I've been thinking about that one a lot.
Me too.
And I want to say no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because
I'm happy you said that.
Because you have a Chiefs jersey on.
no, that's not it. It's
I think
because
you're a bean.
I'm
I'm going to keep it a bean.
Yeah, I'm messing, man.
I'm going to keep it a bean.
Go ahead.
And the reason is it's Mahomes and that's it. And then it's Burrow and then it's this and then it's this. Now, does it start to put some questions into some people's minds? Like, okay, because what, he's 0-3 against Joe Burrow, right?
He'll be 0-4 if he
Yes, he's gonna be. Yeah, he'll be 1-3 against Joe Burrow. Now, if he goes 0-4 against Joe Burrow, loses back-to-back AFC Championship games, it starts to. I'm not. No, he's not the top dog.
No, but Burrow fans will have a leg to stand on.
They
to say
will
that he
fucking
is.
like.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, their dicks will be rock hard,
Yeah.
and that's and sure,
That's regular for me.
go for it. Like you and they have every right to go and sit there and say, okay, well, Joe Burrow's 4-0 against Mahomes. Like,
Yeah.
but if he goes to the Super Bowl and doesn't win the Super Bowl, I don't really give a shit.
I actually, dude, I'm going to echo that same sentiment. If he beats Mahomes, I don't think that he's the best quarterback in the NFL. The only way that you can make a fair argument, he's got to win the bowl.
Got him.
Because at that point, he's 1-1 in the Super Bowl. So is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has 5 AFC title games, but he's been in the league for 5 years. Joe Burrow's only had 2 healthy seasons. Both of his healthy seasons, he went to the Super Bowl. He's been to the AFC title game, obviously 2 straight years now with his 2 healthy seasons. So I don't think it makes him top dog. But if he wins the Super Bowl, I mean, and he's 4-0 against Mahomes. I mean, not for nothing, but Mahomes' division, they've never won a home game against them. Mahomes has never been on the road in the playoffs. Mahomes still has a lot of things that Burrow needs to accomplish, even though he's got 3 more years. And now look, it's impressive. It's impressive that he'll be 4-0 against Mahomes, and he's going to be in the same amount of Super Bowls and possibly have another ring. But I don't know, man. Mahomes has accomplished a lot in this league in 5 years. He's off to the best 5-year start, almost the best 5-year start in history. So you gotta pump the brakes a little bit and give Mahomes the respect that he's earned right now.
I hate the whole 3-0 thing. Now it will. I'll say if he wins tomorrow, he's 2-0. He's in 2-0 against the games that really fucking matter, and that's the 2 AFC Championship games.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? Like the other 2, sure, you beat them in the regular season.
It is what
right?
it is.
Jake DeLone beat Brady 3 times, or Jake Plummer, whoever the fuck it is. No one cares, right? Like,
yeah.
But if he beats him again Sunday and in back-to-back AFC Championship games, that's where it's like, okay, well now he's 2-0 against Mahomes and
AFC title,
the biggest stages,
correct,
in football. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What do you think, Nick?
I think we're looking at a Brady and Manning argument minus the accolades for Mahomes, because I look at Mahomes as a Peyton Manning. Back then, I'm talking about early 2000s when Brady started coming on the scene, but Brady didn't put up his stats, but he was winning. Burrow's doing both. And what I'm saying is that Brady beat Manning 6 times in a row. So Brady fans, including myself, had a leg to stand on when it came to arguing against Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had better stats, but Brady always beat him. That's how I see this matchup. So if Burrow beats Mahomes, you beat him in back-to-back AFC titles, and if he wins the Super Bowl, I would say Burrow would be the top dog. Because you have a Super Bowl, I'm sure he would be the MVP, right?
Yeah.
Most likely. You would assume.
But be careful with Chase, because Chase is
most likely.
Because here's the thing too: Chase wins a Super Bowl MVP. You're talking about Chase is the best wide receiver in football.
But what I'm saying is that
must be nice to have.
Is that if Brady didn't beat Manning early in his career, I think Peyton Manning has a couple more Super Bowl rings.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I see this matchup. Whereas Burrow beats him back-to-back AFC Championship games, I think Burrow took away 2 rings from Mahomes. In my
potentially,
opinion. Yeah, because who played in the Super Bowl last year? It was the Bengals and the Rams. Like I would think I would take the Chiefs. I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes, except for when they played the Bucks. That was different. I mean, he's playing against the GOAT. That's different. It's completely different. But
you can't bet against Brady.
But what I would say is you can make an argument that Burrow cost Mahomes 2 rings to put him at 3. And now you're looking at a Brady situation with Mahomes, because now it would have been reversed. But now I think Burrow's playing the Brady role right now if he wins, and then Mahomes will be playing the Peyton Manning role without the Super Bowl that he won earlier. That's my thing. I think Burrow will be the top dog.
Do you think it's
you're 4-0 against the best quarterback in the league, and you beat him in 2 important games back-to-back years?
Do you think
in his house,
in his crib?
To me, it's not even an argument. I would take Joe Burrow at number 1.
Yeah, he's at Mahomes' house, got his feet up on a coffee table, playing with his son.
Burrowhead.
Yeah, Burrowhead.
Look, but Mahomes threw for 5,300 yards without Tyreek Hill. So
that's what I'm saying.
That is another argument too. But when it comes to winning, stats, and execution, Burrow would have the leg up. He went back-to-back Super Bowls.
But why? So did Mahomes. Mahomes went to back-to-back Super Bowls.
Because he beat him 4 times in a row and 2 important games. And Mahomes is prime too. This is Mahomes' early years. This is where Mahomes should be actually winning.
It's Burrow's really early years.
Yeah,
he's got a 3-year start.
That's why it reminds me of the Brady and the Manning thing, because it's like he took away, like in my opinion, Brady took away some rings from Manning, and now I'm starting to see that could be the case for Burrow.
Yeah,
in this case, because I think if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, maybe they win, but you can make an argument they're going to win 2 more rings. Andy Reid is tough to beat on a bye. So that's where I'm like, I see that comparison now.
Do you think it's a legacy game for Mahomes? Because I heard that, and we were like, when we were going over topics earlier, we were bullshitting about it. And like, I don't know, I think it's important for Patrick Mahomes, but it's also going to be a weird dynamic if he does lose, because like at that point, are you going to see some psyche issues with Mahomes? Like, all right, yeah, I'm 0-4 against this guy. And they're probably going to be meeting in the AFC in the playoffs for the next 10 years, along with Herbert, Allen, Lawrence, if Rodgers goes there or if Brady goes there, whatever. I mean, he won't be there for 10 years. But it's just like I'm like split on that. Cause like I kind of feel like it is, and I kind of feel like it's not. But like you said, dude, like you're in the AFC title game, and you know, like I said this before, Mahomes is going to pass Brady, assuming he stays healthy, and all the stats. So Mahomes wants to get into that GOAT conversation. He's going to need about 5 rings before you can start. And right now, it looks like with Burrow, he's going to have a lot of trouble. So like these are the, like Nick said, the early years is where he needs to jump. He needs to jump on those Super Bowls. And if you lose back-to-back in the AFC title game to Joe Burrow, I mean, you're going to, like Joe Burrow fans, and like I said, I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan, you're going to have legs to stand on because you're getting the better of Patrick Mahomes right now when Patrick Mahomes has gotten the better of the entire league except for one guy on one team.
That's so true. And that's 12. And when New England and Tampa.
I'm going to say no, it's not a legacy game. And for all the reasons that we already said. And he's okay. Like you said a perfect thing for him, his psyche. It's a big game.
It's going to be tested because you're going to see like, all right, bro, like, all right, you're now 0-4 against this guy.
I agree 100% with that, where it's like, I can't fucking beat this kid. I can't.
Lost to Brady and now you're losing to Burrow. So it's like, all right, you're just beating
what is going on. Yeah. Now, legacy, no, because he's still going to go on. He's going to break the records. He's won a Super Bowl MVP. He's on his way to win his second MVP. So the legacy part, no, right? Because is Aaron Rodgers a Hall of Famer? Yeah. His legacy, like, come on.
I'm playing.
So it's like, I don't think it's a legacy game at all, but it's huge for his fucking his psyche. He's a dumbass.
Remember we were talking about earlier, like people have certain triggers. When he hears Aaron Rodgers, when he hears Josh Allen, the man cringes.
Yeah.
No,
he does. He just completely, his mind is like turned off away from those players.
Phil, put the camera on me.
He's a truth teller. Go ahead.
I am a Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers truth teller, and the truth hurts. I mean, here's the thing. Joe Burrow has a chance this weekend in his second healthy season to go to more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has been playing for 20 years.
I saw a tweet, and it had something to do, it was a product of the system. I don't know if I've personally have maybe heard this once about Patrick Mahomes being a product of the system of Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and Andy Reid, which I don't agree with. I think Patrick Mahomes is a fucking really good quarterback and very talented. And the thing was, Joe Burrow inherited Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, who you can probably say that's the best wide receiver core in football.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
They're the best wide receiving core in
football.
Oh,
yeah.
You have Tyler Boyd, you can probably argue is one of the best slot receivers in football.
I talk about it all the time.
Right?
Tyler Boyd could be a 2 on any.
And then
you can argue Miami, but
The
trio, I got you. Yeah, I'm with you.
And then Mixon, you could probably say he's a top 10 running back.
Easily. Yes.
Right. So it's like, Burrow inherited all that. Now listen, if Mahomes had those 3, he's probably throwing 6,000 yards.
Without it, without it,
right?
I don't even think it's
this. I'm just saying, like, because Joe Burrow's really, I love Joe. I love him, and I fucking hate that I love him because he's fucking right behind me, and I got to play him every goddamn year, and it's horrible.
Him,
but he's not Patrick Mahomes, cuz there's only 115.
15 is
he's coming Sunday. He's coming fucking. You see how locked the fuck in he is?
Talk it.
Look.
Because they're a fucking 1-point favorite now because of a video they saw him walking off the fucking podium.
15.
Come on.
Talk it, King.
15,
he's an underdog at home.
Nah, say that shit with your chest, bro. Say what you believe and say it into his face.
15 is amazing. And he has all the spectacular plays. But from the pocket,
what?
Burrow is like for real. Most of
he's Brady-esque.
He is, bro.
Real shit. I'll sit here and admit it. I'm not
he stands in the pocket and picks you apart. Where Patrick Mahomes' highlight reels is when he's running around.
Which this is where this game's going to get tricky. Because you're probably going to see a whole nother side of Patrick Mahomes that we've never probably seen yet.
Yep.
And that's a pocket passer, Patrick Mahomes. Now, he's still going to try to do his thing.
Yep.
Agreed.
You got to be careful.
He's not going to be able to. He's still going to try because he's a competitor. I love Mahomes.
That's what he is. For real, I do.
But So I had a crazy conversation, crazy thought. In a weird way, I feel like him being hurt kind of like might help the Chiefs in a weird way. And the reason being is because it fucking elevates everybody's game.
Oh, you podding. You fucking podding.
It elevates everybody's game.
Totally agree with you, man.
I mean, now it's like defensively, their defense is saying, yo, fellas, we don't have 15 to win this goddamn game. We got to win this goddamn game.
Step it up.
Offensive line, we got to protect our quarterback. Everybody's like, that's why, like, I don't like in the regular season, it was we were talking shit on the Bengals. The Chiefs haven't said a goddamn word, and I follow every Chiefs on Twitter.
Willie Gay was talking that shit today.
He didn't even talk shit. Now I saw that too. They say
what did he say?
You should have seen him. He was locked in. They said, "How you feel? Are you impressed with the Bengals? Or what impresses you about the Bengals offense?" He said, "Nothing." He's just locked in. That's it.
That's a dumb statement.
That's a problem.
But why? It wasn't like he just said nothing and just say, "Wait for the next question."
Because it's cap.
No shit, it's cap. No shit.
That's what I'm saying. But that's
what do you want him to say? Yo, they're fucking we can't stop them. Hell no. He's fucking saying right there is him. He's saying me, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready for them. Nothing impresses me. Let's go. Let's go to war.
That's a bad message. What you should say is you should
and Burrowhead isn't
say, oh yeah, they're a good team. It's going to be a great challenge.
Be coy.
They're going to be a tough to defend, but we're ready for the challenge. You got to take the mature route.
He did.
He did it.
Nothing.
Nothing impresses you, really?
What do you want him to say?
They want the back.
He's impressed by the 9.
No. Oh,
yeah, the 9.
No, what I'm saying is he should say they have a really good team. They're going to be tough to to defend against, but we're ready for the challenge. We're ready. That's it. You don't got to say nothing because nothing is disrespectful to what they have accomplished.
And
that's a lot.
Fine. But this, I think this was him kind of sticking up for no one saying anything about the fucking Burrowhead and the fucking Eli Apple, who's trash and loves to talk shit on everybody.
You don't talk back. You play about it.
Yeah, he said that.
Shit. You play about it.
Nick Bolin, he said it.
Up your talk.
He said it.
But don't say nothing. That's stupid.
You got to watch the interview. Watch the interview. He said it. Watch the interview.
I didn't watch the interview. I'm just going by the context.
He kept a straight face. He was just he wanted to leave. He was nothing. Let's fucking go.
All right, guys. So give me your predictions so we can get out of here and roll up. What you got? What you got, Ryan?
28-13 Chiefs. Pure domination. I think we crush them. Bulldoze them. I think Joe Burrow gets killed. We're not playing in the snow because we're in Kansas City, who has a very good defensive line. Very good defensive line. Chris Jones, I'm gonna give you a stat. Do you know he hasn't have a career sack in the playoffs yet?
I do know.
Well, guess what? He's getting 2 this weekend.
2?
Yep. Frank Clark. Did you know that he's top 3 all time in postseason sacks?
Yep, I did.
They're dominant. I'm telling you, we're dominating them. Okay. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I'm
28-13 Chiefs. Wow. You heard it here.
All right, so
keep that shit.
That's a beatdown.
So my preseason prediction. Bengals are going back to the bowl because the Bengals are going back. They're going to beat the Chiefs 100% because you got Patrick Mahomes that's hobbled and they know how to play them. Joey Burrow is starting his reign in the NFL and they're going to beat the Chiefs. They're going to beat 34-27.
You must be high.
Eagles Bengals was my preseason pick for the Super Bowl. We got it documented. We can go back and view it. Eagles Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Mine was Niners Chiefs, so.
No, it wasn't for real.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
That is.
Mine was the Bucks and the Bills. I'm real though. I don't care.
Keep it
no shame. No shame. That was my prediction.
It's all good. Who you got?
I got the Chiefs, bro.
Sorry to hear that.
Burrowhead. That ain't gonna fly, bro.
We'll see.
Mahomes is a competitor, like he said. He's really good. Very, very good. He's special.
Mm-hmm.
The guy didn't want to come out of the game because of his ankle. He was forced to come out of the game. That resonates through the entire locker room. This man is willing to put his life on the line for us. We're going to do it for him this week because we know how much this means to him because Mahomes is the best player in the league. And we're going to tell the world he is still the best player in the league. And that's why the Chiefs are going to win. It is loud in Arrowhead. It is extremely loud. The best game I've ever seen was when the Patriots played the Chiefs in Arrowhead. And the Patriots won, but it took everything. Like, it took everything to beat them.
And a bullshit holding call.
Offsides.
Third and 10.
Offsides. You remember that?
D Ford.
Well,
Yeah. What's D Ford, dude?
Where's he?
well, Brady converted 3 third and 10s
and
on
overtime.
that drive. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But that's what it took to beat Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I know Burrow beat him last year. That's exactly why I'm picking Mahomes, right? He remembers that feeling. It's in his house. Mahomes will protect his house. It's going to be loud as fuck in Arrowhead. It is different there. Ryan was there.
Oh, it's a whole nother world. It is.
Share your experience.
That is. All right. Well, first of all,
Did you do the chop?
Yeah, I got videos.
Wow, bro. That's offensive.
Yeah, I know.
That's very
bullshit.
offensive.
Well, it's not even called Arrowhead. It's called GEHA Stadium.
They changed it.
Yeah, for bullshit.
Oh, I
But-
didn't know that.
Yeah.
This stadium was crazy. They live, breathe Chiefs football, and Patrick Mahomes is like Jesus to them.
Really?
Yeah. And that
He walks on
stadium
water.
is literally, it's fucking insane. It's an awesome experience.
Yeah.
If you ever, if Eagles play the Chiefs there, you ever get a chance
Yeah.
to go.
It's on my bucket list.
It's loud.
Green Bay was amazing.
Loud.
With your brother.
Yeah. Yeah. But Arrowhead was it was a whole different feeling. He's not fucking losing.
I don't think he's losing, bro.
You don't
Go
think he has it
Burrow.
in the head?
I'll give you my score. It's going to be 27-20. I got the Chiefs winning. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the game's going to be really, really
Me
good.
too.
But Mahomes at home, bro, I can't bet against him.
He's going to be cold like the Minnesota Vikings at home.
And the reason why they were
They're playing at home.
underdogs was because of Mahomes' injury. They saw, like Ryan said, they saw him walk off the podium. Nah, Chiefs are favorite, bro.
Good.
Well, it's rightfully so. He is the best player in the league,
I know.
and they're home.
But
And he lost to him last year. That's more motivation. I like
Joey
that.
B is coming.
You're right about
They're
that.
killing his shit.
They're gonna rally the team. That's gonna make the team a lot more closer and together to win this game and fight for him to win. I agree with that. A little bit extra.
We'll see.
Totally agree.
All right, guys. Thank you. Special thank you to Ryan.
Yeah, thank you guys so
coming in
much.
there.
Had a blast.
I
Yeah,
feel
man, I'm
bad you're
glad.
going down.
Yeah. We'll see.
I feel bad.
27-13.
I feel for you. It's 34-27.
I'll see you in a few weeks
I will.
in Arizona.
We will. I'll see you for softball.
Yep.
We're coming. Nick, take it away.
Appreciate you, Ryan, man. Thank you for coming
Yeah, of
on.
course.
It was a
Thank you.
fantastic show. We had a blast. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We're also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
And all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms, as you do not want to miss our daily content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby.
Psychotic-Iconic.